This is a tough show to review, but I'm having such a good time. I haven't smiled this hard for a show and had so many questions and anticipations. The Marvel logo takes me back to when I was a kid and you'd hear the Simpsons intro play and you just get so hyped and excited. But I'm worried, or at least curious, that people that haven't seen the MCU movies won't get it, and the people that haven't seen sitcoms won't get it, and the people that don't know the comic books won't get it. All these different layers of the pie, and the more layers you know, the more it's going to pay off for you. Even the sword division that appears to be overseeing this show, I have to describe to my friends as the new Shield, which isn't entirely true. So, I'm going to start off with my weekly show breakdown, and then I'm going to go into my theories and predictions of what I think's happening and what's to come now that the new information has been revealed. So, if you like my weekly breakdowns, make sure to leave me a like to let me know, and subscribe to stay up to date. So, we've moved now into the 70s, very Brady Bunch. And the episode revolves around Wanda and her express pregnancy. Whatever is happening with her and her baby, they're in a rush. And I liked how the more pregnant she got, the more her powers affected the outside world, or at least the bubble of the world, to show that she's definitely able to manipulate the reality. When Vision started to talk to Wanda that he recognized that something was off, the show glitched, like in the last episode, which is another indication that this is really a reality, and it's a case of Wanda being in denial. I watched this with my mates who had a very small amount of knowledge of the MCU, just the basic movies, so when they were discussing names, it went straight over their head. But I was excited for the twins, and then the further the episode goes along, the more her powers were being influenced. When her water broke, it rained inside, or the pipes broke, I wasn't quite sure, but she had the first child, and it was named Tommy. And I love how they left it hanging a beat or two, and made me doubt myself and think, oh, she's only going to have the one baby. And then boom, Billy comes out. And I also want to mention that I love the dynamic and the kind, loving relationship between Wanda and Vision. Now, this last part of the episode, there were two simultaneous scenes that had me on the edge of my seat. I was actually sitting on the floor because there was a bunch of us around, and, you know, it took me back to when I was a kid and you'd all just kind of gather around the couch, and you couldn't binge shows back then. It was week to week, and so I was on the edge of the floor, I guess. Now, on one hand, Geraldine, who is really Monica Rambone, a sword agent, who after Wanda mentions she has a twin, like her children, that seems to snap Geraldine out of her witch's spell. And they talk about Pietro and Ultron, which did not go down well with Wanda at all. At the same time, Vision is seeing the Doctor outside, and he's seeing him out, and the Doctor mentions that it's hard for him to go on a holiday or escape, implying he is trapped against his will. Whilst also having Agnes and Herb, I think his name is, his neighbour, who earlier in the episode was grinding the concrete divider between Vision and his property, as if he was trying to break in. And we'll get to that. But when Agnes asks Vision if Geraldine is still in the house because she's new and doesn't have a home, as if she's coming in and out from the reality, they then stop as if there's about to say something to each other. Herb and Agnes, that is. And Agnes looks at Herb in fear of almost before almost before snapping back to her bubbly sitcom self. And they kind of all go weird and tranced again, you know. Vision finally goes back inside, and he finds Scarlet Witch, Wanda, with an almost evil smile, explaining Geraldine went home. Now, the episode ends with Geraldine getting thrown out of the reality to reveal... Oh, God, I'm messing these up today. I'm just so excited about the goddamn show. To reveal that, yes, it's like a dome, and having a heap of agents around her to reveal that there's a base outside. So, now after 3 episodes and my background knowledge, I think I have an idea of what's going on. So, I believe that this is a dome, and it's of Wanda's doing. After the death of Vision, she created this reality, but I think she had some help. There's been a lot of references of the devil, the 666, the red. On Agnes's brooch, I think it's a Grim Reaper. And Agnes keeps mentioning Ralph, and even the devil in episode 2. Now, that leads me to believe that she's been going and getting influenced and pushed by a character named Mephisto, who is basically kind of the devil. But he can't enter this reality or control it. He can only influence it. Which is why Agnes, I believe, to really be Agatha Harkness, and she's acting there on behalf of Mephisto, just to make sure that all the dominoes are lined up so. It's also been very clear that the children, the twins, are really important. The second episode was all for the children. And then this one where the baby's coming out quick smart. No pun intended. And I believe that the end goal is Mephisto wants her children, and unknowingly she's made a deal with the devil to have this fantasy life, have this control, and have this level up on her powers, but the consequence is he wants her children. So, why is that? And well, these kids, Billy and Tommy, are hella powerful. One has the powers of Wanda, which is Billy, and the other, Tommy, has the powers like her brother of Quicksilver, of super speed. So I'm thinking / hoping that the next episode now, that it's going to be revealed more about the outside world, that we will focus a bit more on Sword and maybe even flashbacks to get some more context on how these events lead up to where they are now. Are the characters there by their own will, or are they real? Who else wants Mephisto to succeed? I feel also that WandaVision, the household, is a safe place, which is why their neighbor was literally trying to break into the property. Early predictions as well is this series is going to end with her kids either being taken away from her or something happening, maybe saying goodbye to Vision, which makes her lose it and break open the multiverse, which leads into Spider-Man, and then comes to a head in Doctor Strange, with Doctor Strange having to fix everything, and maybe even having Wanda as the antagonist, the bad guy, the villain, a character who's just broken to the core. So, to sum up, shit's getting real. I think there's been a deal made with the devil. I think Wanda is in control, but he's getting heavily influenced. I think Agnes is in on it, and I think shit's about to go down. But, what do you think? Do you agree with my theories, or do you have your own? What are your predictions, and what do you think of the series so far? As you know, Vision is one of my favourite superheroes, so I'm a little bit biased. I'll be doing weekly breakdowns, so make sure to subscribe and leave a like so I can make more videos. You can also check out my other videos right here. Thanks for watching, and I might call my kid Vision one day, and I'll see you in the next video.